The gavel.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to Ozark City Hall. We're glad you're here for the Board of Aldermen meeting and engaging with your elected officials. Listening to perspectives of city residents, business owners, and other community members helps our elected leaders make more informed decisions. Before the meeting begins, let's review our rules of order. These ensure the meeting is orderly and efficient while allowing everyone who would like to speak an opportunity to do so. There are two opportunities for you to speak: during the agenda's scheduled visitor and guest portion of the meeting and during public discussion of new bills and resolutions. During the agenda's scheduled visitor and guest portion, anyone who signed up at the city clerk's office before 5 p.m. the Wednesday before the meeting can speak to aldermen about the topic they specified. Now, in the public discussion of new bills and resolutions, that allows you to give comments for aldermen to consider before they make a decision. The consent agenda bills are not open to comment. If you want to speak about an item on the consent agenda, you must sign up by noon the Friday before the meeting. You can do that by contacting the city clerk in writing or fill out a card in the council chambers before the meeting starts. Write down the specific bill and give the card to the city clerk before the consent agenda is set. That bill will then go to a first reading, which is open to public discussion, and anyone may speak about it. Anytime anyone is speaking, the following rules apply. First, only one person should speak at a time. Please be respectful of the person speaking and hold your comments until it's your turn. Second, anyone speaking must do so from the podium and speak into the microphone. Third, you must first provide your name and address in writing to the city clerk before beginning your comments. These forms are provided near the entrance. You also must state your name and address to the Board of Aldermen using the podium microphone. Fourth, all comments should be addressed to the mayor and aldermen. Finally, all speakers have 5 minutes to make their comments. The mayor or alderman may have additional questions for speakers after their 5-minute time limit. Occasionally, the board will invite someone to make a presentation at the meeting. This is only to give information to the board about a specific topic. These presenters will have no time limit on giving their information. This meeting will be live streamed and recorded with video and audio unless there are technical difficulties. The use of cell phones or other devices is discouraged during the meeting. Please silence your phones right now. Again, thank you for being here and engaging with the City of Ozark. The meeting will begin shortly.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Alderman Aiken?
Here.
Alderman Campbell is absent. Alderman Galloway?
Here.
Alderman Hutchinson? Here. Alderman Metcalf?
Here.
Alderman Snyder?
Here.
We have 5 aldermen present. We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you very much. We only have one set of minutes tonight. This is from the January 5th, 2026 regular session minutes. Are there any questions regarding these? Okay. Not seeing, I would entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the minutes from January 5th, regular session.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. The motion is made by Alderman Metcalf, second by Alderman Snyder, that we approve as printed the January 5th, 2026 regular session minutes. Do so by show of hands, and that does carry. Okay. There's no ceremonial matters tonight, but we do have one scheduled guest. At this time, we're going to welcome Chris Russell, CEO, President of the Ozark Chamber of Commerce.
Well, thank you, guys. Thank you so much for another opportunity to come and speak on behalf of the Ozark Chamber of Commerce. And here we go, 2026, right? Up and running. And I do want to go ahead and show that first slide, Maria, if you don't mind. We just recently were able to appoint, or I say swearing. We don't really swear in at the chamber. We just kind of signed a covenant. But we do have a new and healthy board this year. Our Cliff Davis from OTC, he will be our chair. Joining the board with us was Chuck Fugate from State Farm Insurance. Dan Ortega remained his position on the board. He is also our vice chair. Crystal Luz, who has a background in bookkeeping and accounting, she is also joining our board. Melissa Higbee retains on the board. Of course, Maria is representing the city, does a fantastic job. Tracy Slagle is retaining her position on the board. Susan Harrelson will move to past chair. We've added Anna Odell. one of the partners with Torgerson Design Partners. And then, of course, Susan Johansson with Guarantee Bank. She will remain on the board as our treasurer. Ashley Johnson's on the board of directors. We also have Alicia Deck with Mercy Health. And Philip Dowden has taken a position, the new communications director with the Ozark School District. He will be joining our board. And then, of course, Alderman Galloway will be joining as well. And one of the things I wanted to talk about was, real quickly, we spent an entire year, didn't we, Maria? We redoing our bylaws. So that was, you're going to go through that, hopefully, when you guys get an opportunity to do a city charter. It feels like the same thing. But luckily, we were able in the last meeting to finally get it finalized. And really what it's done is put some protections in that weren't there before. It outlines some situations where when we do have people that are also serving in a public official position, how that's going to be dictated so that they can maintain on the board, or if they are running an active campaign, we've got some adjustments we've made in there. There were simple wordings that were missing about, protections for the board members. And then we did some updates on the financials and really cleaned up some very dated bylaws. So I'm very excited that we're able to get that accomplished. And that's just going to provide a stronger and more stable chamber for the Ozark community. So excited about that. So we got new board members. Also not present, I'm so sorry, Lauren Cross. She's not on that picture, but she runs a local insurance agency here in town as well. And very, very good board. Excited. We're a full board now. We're a full 15 members. And I'm looking forward to working with them in the upcoming year. And then coming up on February the 7th, we're excited because that is our annual awards banquet, which I've talked to Chandra and Maria about how many tables that they have and for the PD, and we honor. It's going to be a fun night, a little bit different this year. We're going to hopefully maybe speed up some of the presentations. We got a new fun bingo game we're going to be doing, speeding up the process of getting your pictures taken. But all in all, it's going to be a great community night for Ozark. And of course, we also work with the Finley River District to, did I get that one right? Janine, did I get that one right? They do the Citizen of the Year, right? I got that one right.
No, Finley River Community Foundation.
Yes, thank you. The Finley River Community Foundation. So they'll be honoring the Citizen of the Year. Plus, we'll have all the awards from the PD, the EMS, Sheriff's Department, school. And then we're adding a new one this year, the Chamber Ambassador of the Year. So that'll be another award that we're adding on top of our Chamber Business of the Year and our Chamber Star Award. So please, we'd love to have you guys come. I'll let you guys work out the details on the tickets and stuff for the city. And if we need to make some adjustments, just let me know on that. Okay, we still have room. We're about 200 tickets sold right now, and we can fit about 60 to 70 over at the OC. And working with Hayden today, as a matter of fact, Patty was getting all the details out so that we can have a smooth transition. So we're excited about doing that for Ozark. And then the final thing I want to tell you about, this is something kind of new. I got 2 initiatives coming out this year. New that one of them, I don't know, we just didn't really have a local hiring job board for Ozark. The chamber platform has that. I talked to Matt Morrow with the Springfield Chamber. This is very well used by their chamber. I don't see this being a huge thing, but we're going to try this. And maybe we can figure out a way that we can localize and get people from all over the chamber and the community to say, okay, we want to post our job postings here. So we're going to give that a shot. If it doesn't work, we'll punt. We'll come up with another plan, but it's a free service for our chamber members, and maybe that helps somebody in Ozark to find some talent or fulfill some local jobs. So somebody really wants to be hyper local in Ozark, because a lot of the other job search engines, you really got to filter long way down to figure out where the Ozark positions are. So that's coming. We're going to announce that at the chamber luncheon coming up on this Thursday. And if anybody, I hope you guys can make it. We got a good program lined up, and then First Friday Coffee will be at the workshop this month. And we'd love to have you guys come to that. That'll be the first Friday in February. So, Mayor, Alderman, that's all I have, unless we have any questions.
Okay, any questions? Okay, not seen. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you again, guys. Appreciate you very much.
Move on now. We have a consent agenda item for tonight. City Clerk, has anyone signed up to speak regarding Bill number 3728 tonight regarding the consent agenda?
No one has signed up.
Okay, thank you. Are there any 2 aldermen who wish for Bill 3728 to be removed from the consent agenda tonight? Okay. I am not seeing any. Therefore, our next item on this is tonight is the consent agenda. I need a motion and a second to set the consent agenda.
So moved.
Do we have a second? Second. Okay. Okay. So the motion is made by Alderman Galloway, second by Alderman Snyder. Is all in favor to set the consent agenda? Do so with a raised hand. And there's none opposed, so that will carry. Now we need a motion and a second to read the consent agenda, Bill number 3728, by title twice.
So moved.
And, okay. So the motion made by Alderman Galloway, second by Alderman Snyder, is now to read the consent agenda, Bill number 3728, by title twice. All in favor, do so by raised hand, and that does carry.
An ordinance of the City of Ozark, Missouri, authorizing the city administrator to execute and take all steps necessary to petition to annex city-owned real property. And again, an ordinance of the City of Ozark, Missouri, authorizing the city administrator to execute and take all steps necessary to petition to annex city-owned real property.
Thank you. Now we need a motion and a second to approve Bill number 3728 on the consent agenda to become ordinance 26-011.
So moved.
And is there a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Campbell is absent. Alderman Aiken.
Aye.
Alderman Metcalf.
Aye.
Alderman Galloway.
Aye.
Alderman Snyder.
Aye.
Alderman Hutchinson.
Aye.
We have 5 aye votes. Motion carries.
Thank you. We have one item tonight on the second reading. This is Bill number 3727.
Your Honor, I move that we place Bill number 3727 on its second reading by title only.
Second by,
Second.
okay, all in favor on the motion made by Alderman Galloway, second by Alderman Snyder, to discuss Bill 3727, do so by show of hands. And that does carry.
An ordinance of the City of Ozark, Missouri, adopting the Americans with Disabilities Act Transition Plan.
Okay. At this time, we would welcome our city administrator. Any questions?
Yes, I believe Cole & Associates is possibly online if we have any specific questions. But I'd just like to add, following this evening, if we are successful in getting this adopted, staff does plan to begin implementing this with each department, looking at the items to remove barriers, looking at our budgeting and our capital improvement program. We had identified initiating this in 2027's budget. So we'll actively be working with each department to see what items affect their departments.
Okay. Any questions from the board for? Okay, I'm not seeing any, so thank you, sir.
Your Honor, I move that we enact Bill number 3727 as ordinance number 26-012.
And second by?
Second.
Okay, the motion is that we enact Bill 3727 to become ordinance 26-012. That motion was made by Alderman Galloway. It was seconded by Alderman Snyder. Roll call, please.
Alderman Galloway.
Aye.
Alderman Metcalf.
Aye.
Alderman Snyder.
Aye.
Alderman Aiken.
Aye.
Alderman Campbell is absent. Alderman Hutchinson.
Aye.
We have 5 aye votes. Motion carries.
Thank you. Now we'll move to first readings. We have 3 formal public hearing bills. The first one being 3729.
Yes, Your Honor, I move that we place Bill number 3729 on its first reading by title and brief description only.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, the motion is to place Bill number 3729 on its first reading by title only. That motion was made by Alderman Metcalf. It was seconded by Alderman Aiken. All in favor of voting on the motion to discuss Bill 3729, do so by show of hand. And it does carry.
An ordinance of the City of Ozark, Missouri, amending the zoning code and official map by changing the zoning classification of certain real property located at 1308 South 3rd Street.
Okay. Now, the public hearing for Bill number 3729 is now open, and we'll welcome our Director Randall Whitman for comments.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the board. This is a rezoning request to rezone, I think it's about 7/10 of an acre on South Street here from C2 to C4. So that's the general commercial district, and they've applied to have it rezoned to the downtown business district. That's okay. There you go. Pictures really help me. I'm sure they help everybody else too. This is, there we go. This is a property, you may be familiar with it. It's located just north of PC Solutions, and there's a single family house on the north side of the property. As I said, it's zoned C2. It's on the east side of 3rd Street. There we go. This is a screenshot of what the property itself. As usual, we look at these characteristics. What is the existing zoning around the property? In this case, the property north and south, as I said, is C4. So the proposed zoning would match the existing zoning north and south of it. The property to the east is single family. The property on the west side of 3rd Street is C2. It's undeveloped. This is what limited guidance we have from the comprehensive plan on this property is that it should be rezoned to commercial. It really doesn't get into specific zoning districts, rather just supporting a mixture of residential uses in downtown, as well as services and retail and business opportunities and things like that. The Onward Ozark plan kind of reinforces that as well. They both kind of align with each other. Some considerations for future development: water and sewer is available. Future development would have to accommodate any stormwater, general site design issues and things like that at the time of development. South Street is a road that's under the jurisdiction of MoDOT, so they would oversee any changes in driveways or access improvements or anything like that. They would, at the time of development, they would have to accommodate the transportation overlay district.
No, you said, I thought it was on 3rd Street. You said South Street.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's on South Street.
No,
South Third.
no, it's on 3rd.
It's on South 3rd Street. How about that?
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I see the word south up there, but I didn't. You're right.
Sorry, I
apologize.
was,
No, you threw me for a loop there. Yes, this property is on South 3rd Street. So as I was saying, it is in the transportation overlay district. So that those design requirements would impact any future design of the building and site and things like that. Rezoning it from C2 to C4 would provide some opportunities for the property owners to reduce some setbacks, as the downtown district doesn't have any setbacks. There's no buffer yard requirements that would be in play here. So it would help them from a spatial standpoint in developing the property. There will be some changes that need to occur after it's rezoned to accommodate some property line adjustments. So there'll be a minor adjustment. It's one of the big reasons why rezoning it at this time is probably appropriate. Doing a minor subdivision when you're crossing zoning lines would just raise a whole nother set of issues for the property owners. So the Planning and Zoning Commission reviewed it last month in December and recommended approval. And we recommend approval as well. I'll be glad to answer any questions.
okay. Any questions from the board? Okay, I am not seeing any. Thank you, sir. So at this time, is anyone here who would speak for bill number 3729 from the audience? If you would speak for.
How you doing? Excuse me. Jacob Luter, from here in Ozark, 1202 North 10th Avenue. We own the property at the 1308 South 3rd Street. Obviously, we're for the change, getting it back to where it matches the zoning to the north and the south. It just makes a lot of sense. And it'll help with what will hopefully become a build for us. Any questions or?
Yeah. Okay.
No? All right.
No.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Anyone else who wishes to speak for bill number 3729? Okay. I'm not seeing move. Anyone here who would speak against bill 3729? This is your time. Okay, I am not seeing any movements. Therefore, the public hearing for bill number 3729 is now closed and be held over to a future meeting. Now we're going to draw attention to our next bill, which is bill number 3730.
Yes, Your Honor, I move that we place bill number 3730 on its first reading by title and brief description only.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. Okay. The motion made by Alderman Metcalf, second by Alderman Aiken. All in favor on the motion to discuss bill 3730, do so by show of hands. And it does carry.
An ordinance amending the corporate boundaries of the city of Ozark, Missouri by annexing an approximately 10.02 acre parcel of real property located at 2511 North 24th Street.
Okay. Okay. The public hearing now for bill number 3730 is now open. We'll welcome back our Director, Randall Whitman.
Thank you. Now, I'm going to say this very delicately. This property is located on the south end of North 24th Street. I don't want to get tongue-tied again. I'll do it. Okay. It's not going, I'm sorry. There we go. Okay, this is 10 acres. As I said, it's at the end of a cul-de-sac on 24th Street. Ozark Heights subdivision is located north and west of this property that's being proposed for annexation. The subdivision to the south is Creek Bridge subdivision. Thank you, if that helps you with getting orientated. This is 10 acres that's entirely surrounded by incorporated property. So this is a traditional enclave of unincorporated property. The petition is to annex it into the city. It's not in the city limits. It is compact and contiguous. It's in good standing with the state of Missouri. It is within, obviously, a tier 1 of our urban service area. So to provide utilities to it, it would have to annex. And it is within 300 feet of the city's water and sewer utilities. Surrounding zoning, it's single family basically in every cardinal direction. The comprehensive plan as always supports infill of areas like this where there's at least city limits on 2 sides. It supports complying with the urban service area agreement, which it does, and encourages connection of any new development to water and sewer to prevent the installation of septic system and private wells and things like that within the city's planning area. And again, the comprehensive plan, which this is a screenshot of that, does recommend this property be developed for single family. The Planning and Zoning Commission had a public hearing as well on December 22nd and recommended approval of the annexation. I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Any questions for our Director? Yes, Alderman Galloway.
Can you continue to bring these easy ones to us?
Yes, well, I think we may, yes, I promise.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, thank you, sir. At this time, is anyone here who wishes to speak for Bill number 3730? This is your time. If we speak for. Okay, I'm not seeing movement. Anyone here who would speak against Bill 3730? This is your time to come to the mic.
Excuse me.
Okay. I am not seeing movement, so therefore the public hearing for Bill number 3730 is now closed and will be held over to a future meeting. We're now going to draw attention to Bill number 3731.
Yes, Your Honor. I move that we place Bill number 3731 on its first reading by title and brief description only.
Okay, and we have a second? Okay. The motion is that we bring Bill number 3731 on first reading by title and brief description only. That motion was made by Alderman Metcalf. It was seconded by Alderman Hutchinson. All in favor of voting on the motion to discuss Bill 3731, do so by show of hands, please. And it does carry.
An ordinance of the City of Ozark, Missouri, amending the zoning code and official map by changing the zoning classification of certain real property located at 2511 North 24th Street.
Okay, thank you. Now the public hearing for Bill number 3731 is now open, and we'll welcome back Director Randall.
This is an equally complicated request. This is to rezone that same property that we just had a hearing on to annex, to rezone it from a county AR district or agricultural residential district to single family. So it will be proposed to rezone the same property to RSF1. A lot of the same things we just talked about. It's adjacent to single family residential subdivisions. It's city limits on all sides of the property. The characteristics are things we had the Planning and Zoning Commission consider and ask you to consider. What is the zoning on all sides? And as I said, it's those retired single-family zoning districts. The future land use plan identifies it as single-family. There's really not a whole lot more to add to it than that. I struggle to find slides sometimes just to give you something more to talk about or think about, but there really isn't a lot in this situation.
And of course, the intent of the developer is, the reason that they're asking to be the single family is they're
Yeah, they're here to answer those more specific questions, but I think they, as I understand, they have plans to split the property for a family member. And at that time, during that time of development, they would have to connect to the city's water and sewer infrastructure, so, which is available at the end of 24th Street, so.
Any questions for Director Randall? Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Anyone here who wishes to speak for Bill number 3731? This is your time. Okay, anyone here who wants to speak against Bill 3731? There's your time to come to the mic. I'm not seeing a movement. Therefore, the public hearing for Bill number 3731 is now closed and will be held over to a future meeting. We're now going to draw attention to our new bills, the first one being 3732.
This is going to sound self-serving. Your Honor, I move that we place bill number 3732 on its first reading by title only.
Okay, and we have a second?
Second.
Okay. The motion is that we place bill number 3732 on its first reading by title only. That motion was made by Alderman Galloway. It was seconded by Alderman Snyder. All in favor of voting on the motion to discuss bill number 3732, do so by show of hands. And that does carry.
An ordinance of the City of Ozark, Missouri, calling for and giving notice of a general municipal election to be held on April 7th, 2026, to elect aldermen for wards 1 and 2.
Okay, and we'll at this time recognize our city administrator.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. This is pretty straightforward and self-explanatory. If the board approves this bill tonight, you will call for an election on April the 7th. And currently there are two individuals up for alderman seats, one in Ward 1 and one in Ward 2. We would ask that you consider expediting this bill as well as the next bill that you'll be taking up this evening. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have.
Okay. Any questions from the board? Okay, I'm not seeing any. Okay. Is there anyone here tonight who wishes to speak regarding bill number 3732? Either for or against? This is your time to come to the mic. Okay, I am not seeing movement. And as it's been said that the city is wishing for this bill to be expedited tonight.
Your Honor, I move that we place bill number 3732 on its second reading by title only.
Seconded by?
Second.
Okay, the motion is we place bill number 3732 on second reading by title only. That motion is made by Alderman Galloway. It was seconded by Alderman Snyder. All in favor of voting on the motion to discuss bill 3732, do so by show of hands. And it does carry.
An ordinance of the City of Ozark, Missouri, calling for and giving notice of a general municipal election to be held on April 7th, 2026, to elect aldermen for wards 1 and 2.
Okay. Any additional staff comments?
None. None, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any questions for our city administrator? Okay, I'm not seeing any.
Your Honor, I move that we enact bill number 3732 as ordinance number 26-013. Okay.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, the motion is that we place bill number 3732 on second reading by title only, and therefore that bill number 3732 will become ordinance 26-013. That was made by Alderman Galloway, it was seconded by Alderman Snyder. Roll call, please.
Alderman Metcalf,
Aye.
Alderman Hutchinson,
Aye.
Alderman Galloway,
Aye.
Alderman Campbell is absent, Alderman Aiken,
Aye.
Alderman Snyder.
Aye.
We have 5 aye votes, motion carries.
Thank you very much. Now we draw attention to our last bill for tonight. It's that bill number 3733.
Your Honor, I move that we place bill number 3733 on its first reading by title only.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, the motion is that we place bill number 3733 on its first reading by title only. That motion was made by Alderman Galloway, second by Alderman Snyder. All in favor of voting on the motion to discuss bill 3733, do so by show of hands. And it does carry.
An ordinance calling an election in the city of Ozark, Missouri to be held on April 7th, 2026, to submit to the qualified voters the question of whether a commission shall be chosen to frame a charter for the city of Ozark and the list of candidates for that commission be placed on the ballot.
Okay, thank you. Well, welcome back our city administrator, Eric Johnson.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. If the board approves this bill this evening, this would set in motion the process for the voters to consider forming a charter on April the 7th. That's when the election would be held. As you know, we've, over the last several weeks, couple of months, have had provided public information and education to members of the community who had an interest in potentially serving as a charter commissioner. Those individuals have submitted the required signatures, and there are 11 individuals that are included in this bill. These individuals would serve, should they be approved by the voters, will serve as the charter commission for this city going forward in the development of a charter form of government for the city. It's pretty straightforward, and if approved by the board tonight, there will be a very detailed informational and educational campaign that will be established. We've already had conversations with Maria and members of her team and Cameron, and we will be developing information that will be using social media, press releases, our website to provide information about this particular initiative going forward. That's all I have, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay.
We do wish this to be expedited if you would consider that, please.
Okay, any questions from the board? Okay, I am not seeing any. Anyone here tonight who wishes to speak either for or against bill number 3733? This is your time to come to the mic. Okay, I am not seeing any. So therefore, as I said, the city wishes for this to be expedited.
Your Honor, I move that we place bill number 373 on its second reading by title only.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, the motion is we place bill number 3733 on second reading by title only. That motion was made by Alderman Galloway, second by Alderman Snyder. All in favor on the motion to discuss bill 3733, do so by show of hands. And that does carry.
An ordinance calling an election in the city of Ozark, Missouri to be held on April 7th, 2026, to submit to the qualified voters the question of whether a commission shall be chosen to frame a charter for the city of Ozark and the list of candidates for that commission be placed on the ballot.
Thank you. Any additional comments from our city administrator?
I have no further comments, Your Honor.
From the board itself? Okay, I'm not seeing any.
Your Honor, I move that we enact bill number 3733 as ordinance number 26-014.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, the motion is that we enact bill number 3733 to become ordinance 26-014. That motion was made by Alderman Galloway, second by Alderman Snyder. Roll call, please.
Alderman Aiken.
Aye.
Alderman Snyder.
Aye.
Alderman Campbell is absent. Alderman Hutchinson.
Aye.
Alderman Galloway.
Aye.
Alderman Metcalf.
Aye.
We have 5 aye votes. Motion carries.
Thank you. We have no resolutions tonight, so at this time, we'll draw attention to reports from our fellow officers and directors and give city administrator.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll be very brief tonight. Chris Russell already hit upon what I'm going to comment on, and that is a reminder that this Thursday is the Chamber of Commerce monthly luncheon. Usually it starts around 11:30, so please, if you have the availability to attend that, we would recommend and encourage you to do so. Also, Chandra sent out an email to the board reminding you of the Chamber's annual banquet, which will be on February 7th. That is a Saturday evening from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.-ish, and would encourage you to contact Chandra and let her know if you plan to attend and if you will be having a guest attend with you. And that's all that I have to provide tonight, Your Honor.
Okay, any questions for our city administrator? Yes. Yes. Okay, at this time, welcome back Randall Whitman on Planning and Development.
Thank you. I do have one additional thing to share beyond my report. This may be exciting. This may be the highlight of the evening. I don't know. We did have a meeting last week with the superintendent and the owner's representatives of Burger King. And they did share with us this week, there's, I guess, weather pending. They're supposed to deliver the trusses and get started back on construction of the restaurant. So that's on Jackson Street. So that's all I have to share, though. That's something.
Okay, Alderman Snyder has a question for you.
I'm just curious, was the structure itself, I mean, was the integrity compromised or anything like that? It's been out there.
Largely, no. They're going to remove some of the wrap that's blown off, obviously, and replace it, and some sheets of OSB, and there's some insulation and things on site that are going to be discarded. They've accommodated all that in their review, and yep, we're on it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Galloway.
I know that Mr. Pokin of the Springfield News Leader, or maybe it's Daily Citizen, that's right, has taken an interest in it. So I urge you to call him immediately so we can have yet another article on the Burger King.
Yeah, I think that's what you call a slow news day, huh? We'll update him right away.
Okay, thank you, sir. And now we'll welcome Director Hayden.
Good evening. Burger King is a tough act to follow, but in addition to my monthly report, I actually brought a video this evening. In the report, you see a lot of information about our various programs and all of those pieces, but we wanted to highlight the people that make those things happen. So our park maintenance team is out there putting up Christmas trees, Christmas lights. They're out there mowing. They're out there taking care of the facilities that we operate, including even the lights in this room. They do a lot of stuff. But this last week, excuse me, I don't know why I'm getting choked up. I'm not that emotional about it. This last week, they had the opportunity to compete in Springfield against other regional parks departments in the first maintenance rodeo. So this is something that happens across the state. It was a lot of fun, and we'll show that video. We placed first in the truck and trailer event. We did place fifth overall, but we're really proud of that first place for truck and trailer. If other teams can't make it to state, they'll have the opportunity to go to state and compete against teams out of St. Charles, out of Kansas City, across the state. For our first time, we're pretty happy with that. Springfield put in 2 teams, so I don't really count that either. But with that in mind, I'll let Maria show the video. Our comms team put this together for us.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, yo. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember.
So again, just something fun, more important than all the stuff that they do day to day. It was a good chance for our team to come together and do some team building, but also network. Our park staff later in February will go off to the Missouri Parks and Rec Conference, and some of our maintenance team will be there. But this was an event where the parks directors were out of place. We kind of stood to the side, and it was actually our maintenance teams getting to connect and talk about what works in their city, ideas that can be borrowed. So we're just really excited to talk about that this evening. Okay. But beyond that, I'm available if there's any further questions.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, any comments from the board members themselves? Okay. I am not seeing any, therefore, is there a motion that we adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion tonight for adjournment. That motion was made first by Alderman Snyder, second by Alderman Metcalf. All in favor of adjournment, do so by show of hands. And it does carry, and we stand adjourned.